1978. Lincoln Penny. Humble coin with an astonishing secret. One example of this coin has stunned collectors worldwide with a price tag of $167,000 US dollars. How can a common coin from the late 1970s become a prized treasure worth a small fortune? What secrets does this coin hold? And how can you spot one that might be hiding in your own pocket change? Buckle up, because this isn't just a tale about a coin, it's a journey through American history, minting technology, collector culture, and the hidden gems that sometimes lie in plain sight. Chapter 1. The Context: America in 1978. To understand the 1978 Lincoln penny, we need to step back into the year it was struck. 1978 was a year of transition. Jimmy Carter was president, inflation was a concern, and the Cold War continued to cast its shadow. Amid these larger global narratives, the U.S. Mint quietly produced billions of Lincoln cents coins that would be passed from hand to hand, barely noticed, until one of them became legendary. These were the last pennies to feature the Lincoln Memorial reverse before a pivotal change in the early 1980s, when the composition of the coin itself would shift from bronze to a copper-plated zinc core. In many ways, 1978 was the final chapter of an era. Chapter 2. Design and Specifications. The Lincoln Cent, introduced in 1909 to honor the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, had remained largely unchanged for decades. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features a right-facing portrait of Lincoln with the simple inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1978. The reverse, created by Frank Gasparo, displays the Lincoln Memorial, replacing the original wheat ears in 1959, marking Lincoln's 150th birthday. In 1978, the penny was still composed primarily of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. But this seemingly ordinary coin would produce one of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever known. Chapter 3. The Coin That Shocked the World. $167,000. Let's talk about the legend. The 1978 Lincoln penny that fetched $167,000 at auction. What made it so special? This wasn't just any 1978 penny. It was struck with extraordinary precision. Graded MS6 7+ red by PCGSN, ultra rare grade for this year and type. But it wasn't just the grade. This specimen also displayed what collectors believe to be unique strike characteristics, potentially the result of a transitional error, planchet anomaly, or die state that set it apart from the billions of other pennies minted that year. It may have been struck on a planchet intended for a foreign coin, or it may have exhibited double dies or even off-metal errors. This makes double die coins far rarer and more valuable than their machine-doubled counterparts. Part 4. What makes it worth $187,000? Most 1984 DDO Lincoln cents trade in the market for hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars depending on condition. So how did one reach the astronomical price of $187,000? The answer lies in condition, rarity, and timing. The coin that sold for $187,000 was in MS 68 red, mint state 68 red, condition virtually flawless with full original red luster. Such a pristine example is extraordinarily rare. Out of potentially millions of surviving 1984 pennies, only a microscopic fraction show the doubling, and even fewer remain in near-perfect condition. Combine that with collector demand for major double dies, especially those from the modern era, and you have the perfect storm. Add a high-profile auction and aggressive bidding, and the final price soared to $187,000. Let's not forget that the coin also had provenance, a record of ownership that adds to its pedigree. It had passed through the hands of well-known numismatists and had been featured in major coin publications, giving it an almost legendary status. Part 5. How to spot the 1984 double-die penny. So, how can you tell if you have one of these gems in your pocket or collection? Here's what to look for. Examine Lincoln's ear. This is the most obvious clue. On the double-die version, Lincoln appears to have a second earlobe just beneath the main one. It's clear and raised, not flattened like machine doubling. Use a loupe or microscope. Bare eyes might miss the detail. A 10x magnification loupe or a coin. Microscope is ideal for spotting doubling. Check the mint mark. The 1984 DTO is from the Philadelphia Mint, so it will not have a mint mark under the date. Assess the color and luster. While not every valuable example is pristine, coins with full red color and minimal wear fetch significantly higher prices. Authentication. If you suspect you have a 1984 DTO, send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Authentication is key to realizing its value. Part 6. Other famous Lincoln penny errors. The 1984 DTO is not alone in the world of valuable Lincoln cents. It joins an elite group of mint errors that have captured the imagination of collectors. 1955 double-die obverse, perhaps the most famous error in U.S. coinage, with strong doubling on all obverse inscriptions. 1972 double-die obverse, another well-known DTO variety, especially popular with modern collectors. 1995 double-die obverse, a more recent discovery, with significant doubling on Liberty and In God We Trust. 1983 double-die reverse, another Philadelphia error, this time with reverse lettering doubled. Each of these errors has its own mystique, but the 1984 DTO stands out for its unique focus on Lincoln's features, particularly the doubled ear. Part 7. The role of condition and value. Let's explore what makes condition such a critical factor in coin collecting. As with many famous coin discoveries, this coin didn't surface in a government vault. It was found by a collector, a dedicated numismatist with a sharp eye and a bit of luck. Reportedly, the coin was part of a private collection, forgotten in a small estate in the Midwest. The owner had passed away, and the heirs, not fully aware of what they had, brought the collection to an appraiser. That's when the coin caught someone's eye. It was lighter. It rang differently when dropped. It shined like no other 1950 penny should. It was then submitted to a major grading company, PCGS, and authenticated. The grade? 1,000s to 67. Nearly perfect. The confirmation, a 1 of 1, never seen before error. And the value. At auction, it blew past expectations and hit the magical $2 million mark. Chapter 5. Why collectors go wild for error coins. You might wonder why an error would increase the value of a coin. Shouldn't a mint mistake make it less desirable? Actually, it's the opposite. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is king. And nothing is rarer than a coin that was never meant to exist. Collectors prize error coins because they represent freak events in the meticulous world of minting. Double dies, off-center strikes, planchette errors, wrong metal strikes. These anomalies are stories frozen in metal. The 1950 off-metal Lincoln penny is the crown jewel of these anomalies. It has the date, the design, the look of a standard penny, but the soul of something completely different. Chapter 6. The mystery deepens. How did this error happen? There's no official record of the mint striking Lincoln cents on silver plankets in 1950. Some speculate that it may have been struck during a period of foreign coin production, when the U.S. Mint was contracted to produce coins for countries like the Philippines, Cuba, and others. Others believe it was a test strike that accidentally made its way out of the mint. Some whisper it could have been a deliberate creation, a so-called mint mule, smuggled out by an insider. The truth, we may never know, but that's part of what makes this coin so compelling. The mystery adds to its legend. Chapter 7. The legacy of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny has been in continuous production since 1909, the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. it has seen wars, economic booms and busts, cultural revolutions, and technological changes. The 1950 silver strike stands among the giants, alongside the 1943 copper cent, the 1969S double die, and the 1909 SVDB. It's not just a coin, it's a legend. Chapter 8. Could you find one too? Now you might be wondering, could there be more of these out there? It's possible. The U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln cents over the decades, and only a fraction have been closely examined by professional graders. If another 1950 penny struck on a silver planchette exists, it could still be sitting in someone's collection, a penny jar, or a forgotten drawer. Welcome back, coin enthusiasts and curious.